Good morning, everyone. I hope that you had a really good sleep. As for me, I managed to get a little bit. When I came back home last night, it was really late, like I showed in the vlog. But I had to stay up a little bit later because I still had to do a bunch of other work. There were some things that I didn't get around to doing when I was at my cousin's place, so I wanted to sort some things out there. When I got back, so yeah, there was that. But anyway, as far as this morning goes, my client came back to me and has some new stuff for me to do. So I'm gonna be working on that. Just took a shower. Yeah, as well. There's that. But right now, I want to be getting some breakfast, getting that sorted, and then getting right to work. My work is completed, and I'm just decided to go for a walk just to take a break, a little bit of a break from everything that's been going on. The work still took me 3 hours long to do that, but I feel like it's getting a lot better for me because I'm paying a little more attention to what exactly should I be focusing on, and all around just finding some better ways to be a little more efficient with everything. Not that I still don't want to hamper the quality of the work, but obviously I want to be speeding it up and still maintaining the same kind of quality of content that I'm providing for my clients. So it still is a work in process. It's still taking me 3 hours, but it's better than I still really don't mind it all that much, but obviously the faster I get it done and still maintain the same quality, obviously the better for me, because then I get to do some other things and whatnot. Actually, speaking of which, I started to change a little bit on my email list, because one thing that I have is, I don't really promote it that much on my YouTube channel, but I do have an email list that I promote on my blog. And today was the day that I was doing something a little different, because I've been creating a newsletter basically just showcasing all of my content for people to get access to in one convenient location. But I'm finding that a whole lot of people aren't really watching or clicking on the links to begin with. So I said, well, that's really weird, but taking some time to be thinking about it, it's no one really dedicates a lot of time to clicking multiple links on on a newsletter or whatnot. So I spent some more time thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, it actually does make sense. Even I wouldn't be clicking on multiple links in a page unless the person was incredibly unless it was someone well known that provided a lot of good quality content. But considering the fact that, again, I'm not very well known and I don't really have I'm still building a brand for myself, it kind of makes sense that it's maybe I should just stick with one link at most, or not bombard people with an email that revolves around my content. Instead, I decided to change it up, and hopefully this series is going to be working out very well. It's called The Positive Note, where basically I write an article, pretty much, or at least a small article within a email, and just send that out to my list. So as far as this as far as this new piece of content goes, it's going to be different than what I'm usually posting. So it might be something that I'll be talking about like a couple of weeks in advance before any kind of publication comes out with me talking about it, or I might not even talk about it at all. It might just be some revelations that I might experience, or that I might discover, and that I wanted to share with other people outside of like the vlog or on any other kind of content that I create. So hopefully it works out very well. And of course, if you guys are interested in that, then you guys can get access to that newsletter by going to my blog, and which is down in the description of every video, and just subscribing. So as far as this day goes, it's been pretty unproductive on my end as far as today goes, because I thought that I was really behind on a lot of stuff, but surprisingly, no, I'm not. So I've kind of just been relaxing. Well, not kind of. I have been relaxing for the most part, but I really want to be stepping it up a notch, because I decided, well, I wanted to start doing at least a little bit of work, and started doing quotes, and now I'm getting back into the whole mood of working again and doing some more work. So one thing that I really want to be working on is this business idea, because I've talked about it like last week, well, like at the beginning of this whole vlog series, and I haven't really taken the time to be talking about it or anything like that. But one thing that's important to know about me is, like, well, on my more personal side, is that I enjoy playing card games. I definitely alluded to the fact that I'm playing Magic, the Gathering. I went and bought a playmat yesterday, and I also bought a commander deck yesterday as well, which I didn't put into the vlog, but I bought stuff for Magic, and it's something that I'm slowly getting back into, but still being conscious, because again, I don't really have a whole lot of money, so I can't just like invest like an absurd amount of money into it. Basically, my business idea is I'm turning that hobby of mine into a passion and a business, and I want to be creating a card game. Obviously, I'm trying to not emulate Magic the Gathering. Here, there's still like some elements, just because like I grew up with this. Like, it's a prominent aspect in my whole, well, not necessarily childhood, but like my teenage years. This has been something that's played a big role in my life. I want to be creating this card game idea that I have in mind, and I've been working like bits and pieces here and there over the past like several months, and I really want to be making some headway on it. I haven't thought of a name or anything like that. I've definitely come up with like all the classes, or like the sections, or like the colors, you could say, along with like their sort of gimmicks, but still at the same time, like it still is very much like groundworks. Like, I'm still fleshing out all of the ideas and making the cards and play testing it, so I haven't really made like any kind of official announcement whatsoever, but that's something that is really important to me, because I really want to be creating this card game, and I have like a certain vision with it that I feel like I can share it with you guys, because this is something that I'll be working on periodically, and so just in case like I start talking about it just suddenly, it's because I'm starting to make some more progress on it. Or if you start seeing some unusual stuff like, hey, what's this card game that you're playing? That's why. It's because it's a card game that I created that it's starting to get somewhere. Now that I've gone and had supper and I've been working a little bit on my card game, I wanted to take some time now to be talking about one thing before wrapping up this video, and that is making changes. Because obviously, like, as far as this week goes, it's been a flurry of just changes, and obviously I want to be taking like my Sunday evenings just to reflect and think about what's been happening over the past week. For one, I started routinely making these videos, but also I've been making a lot of changes in that. And also working on myself. Even though as far as these videos go, I can say that they are not up to par of what I really want to be doing. At the same time, I've been going through a lot of changes within this past week of a variety of things, from just pushing myself to get some freelance work, to start writing for some other people, to what I did today, where I created a new newsletter, or created a new email series that I'm sending out to people, and that's really great. That's fantastic that I'm making all of these changes and that I'm making these steps to making changes. Actually, it's something that I wrote about on today as well, or that I published today. I was talking about making commitments and making changes, even though it was very brief on my blog. Still, it still is really important to keep in mind of changing and making commitments to follow through, because it's really easy to relapse, to go back to what you're used to, and it's something that's it's a huge problem on my end, that whenever you step out and try to do something different, you feel like you want to relapse and go back to what is actually comfortable. And this is really new to me, because I feel like for the vast majority of my time, I feel like I've been making very little progress, but I haven't felt like I've been pushing myself outside of my comfort zone until actually basically this week, where I'm starting to commit to other things, and it's kind of reflecting over this past week, or it's kind of been reflecting over this weekend, where I'm going back to just relaxing and not doing anything, or not being the most productive person out there. And I think that it's important for me to recognize that, but also to commemorate myself for pushing myself over this past weekday. And I really want to be keeping that momentum going moving forward. I still want to be pushing myself to new heights and be doing some other things, making some new additions, and start making some more changes, and hopefully adding some more variety to these videos, because like I said, a lot of it is basically just me sitting at this desk and working on writing. So hopefully this new strategy that I have is really going to be paying off. It's really going to be helping me out and setting up stuff so I can actually start making some more changes, start pushing myself in other areas, and really start creating some variety in these videos, as opposed to me doing the same thing over and over and over again. Because as far as like the structure of these videos go, they're very similar over this past week. The only thing that's really different is what it is that I'm saying, with the stuff that I'm talking about, what I'm experiencing. And obviously that's going to be changing from day to day, and that adds variety. I still want to be doing some new exciting things, and I do have like a couple of plans of like some fun stuff over this next week. But at the same time, there's not going to be a whole lot of that. Instead, I want to be taking some more time to be building up more momentum and making progress in other areas as well. thank you guys so much for sticking out for this whole week with me and following this journey. I really appreciate you guys paying attention to that, and I hope that I can inspire you guys to start pushing yourself, start pushing your boundaries a little bit more, because I know that I'm going to be slowly making that progress. I'm slowly going to be building myself up day by day and getting better and getting closer to the stuff that I really want to be achieving. So thank you guys for sticking out for this long, and I encourage you guys to make some commitments of your own as well. If you have some commitments to improve yourself, take some time to do that. Start creating a plan, and if you want someone to talk to about it, then send me an email. It's a lot easier when you can achieve your goals when you talk to a group, or when you have a very specific vision and you are looking for a few people that understand you and want to be helping you out. So yeah, don't feel ashamed to send me an email and let me know what you want to be achieving and how I can actually help. Because I will gladly do that. Like, if it's something that I can do, then I will certainly do it. But anyway, it's getting late. I need to wrap this video up and get this all ready for tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all tomorrow.